the live on YouTube for people watch us. So yeah, now we are live on YouTube. So hello YouTube. As you guys can see in the below here, today we're going to talk about how does poverty affect learning, the process of learning, okay? And let's reflect about it and say everything that we can see, that we can say, okay? So now let's start with the presentations. I'd like to start with Thais. Please, Thais, present yourself.
Hello guys, so my name is Thais, I'm 20 years old and I live in São Paulo.
Great, thank you a lot. And Beatriz, please.
Are you listening? Okay, so hello, my name is Beatriz Prassi, I'm 15 years old and I live in Praia Grande.
Wow, Praia Grande, that's great. My sister, she lived there for almost 4 or 3 years. And it's a great
really?
city. It's one of my preferred in the whole São Paulo state. I love Praia Grande, such as Santos and Guarujá. Amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Great city. You have a quality of life there. That's great. Thank you. And then Lucas, please.
Hi, my name is Lucas. I am 25 years old and I'm from Taubaté, São Paulo, and I study.
Great. Thank you, Lucas. Melanie?
Hey, I'm Melanie, as you can see. I'm from São José do Rio Preto. Actually, I live in a pretty small city near Rio Preto, but if you don't know Rio Preto, you wouldn't be able to know Tanabi as well. So, study letras, and I think pretty much that. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, thank you a lot. Let's just see Maria Renata.
Yes, I am Maria Renata. I am 42 years old. I live in Valinhos, near Campinas, São Paulo. I am executive secretary. I studied letras in Portuguese, with bachelor's degree in executive secretary, Portuguese and English. I have a son. He is almost 15 years old. And for me, it's a pleasure to be here too.
Great, that was kind. Yeah, and we have almost some teachers here, and the college that I want to join is letras, but it's Portuguese and French, so it's a little bit different. Yeah. So yeah,
God.
talking about yes, that's it.
French
So
is
talking
so
about me,
hard to learn.
yeah. And I'm also host here on TNT in the French meetings, the French and English. So if you know someone that speaks French, also as Italian, German, we have some hosts here that they also speak these languages. I'm 70 years old. I live in São Paulo, but I was born in Paraná. But I consider myself as a Paulista because I've been living here almost for my whole life. And we have here a person that I don't see for a long, long time called Tatiana. Tatiana, please, where are you?
Sorry. I'm hide. Okay, my name is Tatiana. I'm born in Rio de Janeiro, but now I'm living in Portugal. I'm living in Portugal since 2019. I work in IT field. I work as a SAP consultant. I have a son called Arthur. I'm married, and I'm a student, English student too, and I have already participated in TNT for some classes about 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah, I missed you a lot, but I decided, okay, she has her life and everything. Maybe Arthur is getting some troubles, so okay, it's an excuse for you, but it's very great to have you here.
Friday is a complicated day for me.
I can imagine. I really can imagine. So Tatiana, I'm gonna send you the questions again because as you join right now, you cannot see the questions, but I will send you again. That it is. So let's start. Oh, today we are talking about poverty. Actually, this all week we're talking about this. And today the topic is how does poverty affect learning? Okay. Let's start with the first question. Let's see here. Okay. Which thing would you like to learn, but you couldn't get it? So we're talking about past. Which thing would you like to learn, but you couldn't get it? Lucas?
Oh, I don't know. I think now I'd like to learn how to swim, but I can't because I don't have a swimming pool in my house, and all these classes here in my city are closed for pandemic. So I think now but my life, I don't know in the past, something I couldn't learn.
Okay, swimming is a good thing. Okay. And Thais?
I always wanted to learn many languages, and I think if I had started to learn when I was young, it would be better because kids learn faster and easier than adults. So I think a thing that I would like to learn was mainly English. And when I was younger, I wanted to learn French too, but I just started now. But it's okay. I can learn anyway.
Yeah, there's no age for start learning. Great. Wow, so Tatiana, what thing would you like to learn, but you couldn't get it?
Now, currently, I would like to learn French because it's important for my career here in Portugal. But today, currently, I dedicate my time to learn English because English is the first language around the world. So I prioritize this idiom but not forget the French language too, because I consider an important language too.
Great. That was very great. And Beatriz, what is the thing?
I always wanted to sing like a pro, but I don't have the talent.
Okay. Yeah, either I. And Melanie.
Oh dear. Break free. You can learn languages when you are adult. You can sing as a pro. Even if you don't have the talent, you can develop this ability. I'm just saying. Well, when I was young, I would love to learn English because I would, but I wasn't able to do it because I couldn't afford it. English in a private school, for example. And I would love that time to learn archery. I was pretty much excited to learn it, but was so expensive and it was in another city, so I couldn't. But it was my dream in that time, you see. So I think that's it.
Yeah, I think you was in the place that we wanted. Sometimes we cannot go to a course or something that we want to learn just because it's expensive. You know, we don't have the money to pay it. Yeah, it's hard. But you, Maria Renata, what is the thing that you wanted to learn but you couldn't? Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And when I was a teenager, my dream was to study abroad, but my parents couldn't pay for it. But my father could pay for my English courses since I was 14 years old until when I started working. And I think the English I have here is responsible for my professional life. That's it.
Okay, that was great. Yeah, just like Lucas said, I would like to swim when I was more younger. But also the thing, the academy for the gym that we had, it was very, very expensive. And the more cheaper was very, very far away from our house, and go there and play classes would be a waste of money. But something that I would like to learn also, it's Spanish. I speak Spanish, but it's not that I deserve to speak. You know, I mix the Portuguese and Spanish. But also I'd like to play guitar. I had some friends that they play guitar, and they know how to do this very, very, very great. And I stay there like, oh, I wish I could do that, but I cannot because I didn't have classes. So yeah, that's the things that I would like to learn. But the second question, have you ever had trouble going to school? Example, for being away or not having a car, bicycle, etc. You can say something for going to school or college or some courses. Okay, Tatiana?
When I was in a university age, I need to took 2 buses to go to the university. So I leave my job in a city called Macaé, and I take a bus to a city, in a near city called Silva Jardim, to study in my university. And then after that, I returned to my house in another city called Barra de São João. So it was a triângulo. I don't know in English.
Triangle.
A triangle, yes. So I spent 1 or 2 hours to do this. To go to the university and to return to my house.
Oh my God.
Was the
I think you one day you
but...
met. I think one day you met more Rio de Janeiro than I. Like I wasn't there, but you know everything of Rio de Janeiro because all this road.
No, I live it in outside. I didn't live in
The downtown.
In the downtown, yes. I live in a região dos lagos.
Oh,
it's far from Rio de Janeiro capital.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it's good because with the history we develop some abilities to your professional life. So to develop flexibility, resilience, and other things like this.
Yes. Yeah, for me it was the same thing. It's not easy. For me it was the same thing. Like my school, for the beginning, when we moved to the city, I lived here in this house for almost 12 years. But when I was a kid, for about 8 or 9, my school was in another city. It's a little bit close to here, but we had to took the car or maybe the somehow to go there. And then when we moved to there, like 100% the school, the documents, and the house, I had to leave this school and go to another. And this school was also a little bit close, but it's far at the same time. It's close, but it's far. So sometimes when we lost the bus, I had to like walk for almost 20 minutes and to go there. But also the courses was a little bit far because I had to took for about 40 minutes to go there. And it was a long time for me. But yeah, that was basically the thing. But in the way I used to listen songs and music to, I don't know, to enjoy in the way. And also I remember that in the day that we have test, I listening to podcasts for, like practice the speaking and also the listening for go to the courses. So it was a good thing for me, actually.
In
And for you?
in my age, there aren't podcasts.
Yeah.
All music.
They weren't distraction for the route, right?
Yeah.
Just the views. Okay, thank you. And Beatriz, please, the second question.
So when I was sick or when my parents having to go in another city to make a big important work, but I didn't have many things to leave the school and go to house. It was very difficult to me. And that's it. I
Okay.
didn't have go to school when I was sick, and that's it.
Okay. Thank you for your answer. And now Thais, now she's back. Thais, please.
Are we in the second question?
Yeah, the second question is, have you ever had trouble going to the school for being
Okay.
away or something?
No, I think I'm very Eita, não sei falar direito essa palavra, mas tipo, privilegiada
Yeah.
in this aspect, because I never had this kind of problem. The only thing is that as I live far from the center of the city, not exactly the center, but here in São Paulo, most part of things happens like in Pinheiros and in this kind of neighborhood. So it's a little far for me. Like to go to university, I take 2 hours to go and 2 hours to come back. But just it.
Yeah, it was the same thing that we talked here. And you, Lucas?
When I was in college, I didn't have a car, so I was there walking, and the day I had a test and it started raining a lot, and it was terrible because I need to take a bus stop to stay in the rain stop to go my college, and didn't lost my test, and I think it's a little bad because my backpack, my notebooks was read a little, but not big deal, but it's a little, and I think it wasn't good, but I did my test and I passed. It's the most important thing.
Yeah, there's an expression in Portuguese that describes this a lot, called perrengue. All the students in their lives, we have to pass through perrengues because it's not the same thing without that. But yeah, it's the deal. It's the deal. And please, Maria Renata, you do have some problems going to the school?
I have never had trouble going to school, but I have two examples. When I started working, because my first job, I was 16 years old. I worked in an accountancy office, and I took 1 hour between going and back to the office. And I walked 30 minutes to go and walked more 30 minutes to back to home. And in the evening, I was in the university. And the second example, when I was embarrassed, I was working in a company 4 to 5 minutes far from my house, and I took a bus every day, and I was embarrassed. It's not so difficult.
Okay.
It's
But
not
the
so.
bus is,
But
but the
it's-
bus is in Rio de Janeiro? Or
No.
No. In Rio de
No.
Janeiro it's a trouble.
No. No.
It's a fight.
In Campi, I live in Valinhos, and the bus was in Campinas. Valinhos is near from Campinas. But
Yeah.
I was embarrassed, so it's not so easy. But for me to go into the company by car, it was so expensive. So I had to to take a bus every day.
Yes. Yeah, some priorities, we have to take it. Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
I
And you,
am
Melanie?
here.
Yes,
I
that's
am
the
alive
deal.
here.
That's the deal. Please, Melanie?
Well, I live in a pretty small city, so yeah, you walk. But I couldn't take an opportunity to go to a better school in São José do Rio Preto because I couldn't commute to that. So, but during college, it was pretty hard. Since 2015, because I made 2 courses, and I commute to São José do Rio Preto while I'm working. So during 1 year, it was really, really awful because I wasn't working one of my year in letras. So it was really difficult. I couldn't afford the bus. So I started to sell things, and some people in my city helped me to afford the bus. Then I got a job in a bar, and I was working. Yeah. I started to work in 2018 in that bar and in a school. So it was I worked my ass out during that year, but I think it was, I don't know if it's something related to resilience, but as Tatiana said, but you cry a lot in the bus. So it's kind of embarrassing. Who never?
Yeah, who does it? Oh my God. Yeah, we have to take some priorities, and sometimes you have to find a job just for pay, the go to school or college. And yeah, that's the matter. Okay, our time is running a lot, so let's go to the third question. In your school or college, did you notice any difference in treatment when someone was poor or rich? If you had noticed some treatments between your colleagues or your friends at school. Thais?
I couldn't remember in the school, but I noticed a little difference when I went to the high school because until I forgot the name of the school before high school, or what's it? But before, eu fico confusa com essas palavras, before and after. But in high school, I started to study with people that leave the private school to study in ETEC, because I studied in ETEC in high school. And I noticed a little difference between what I had learned until high school and these people, because in private school they have more classes and better teachers sometimes. So I noticed this difference because between me and those people who studied in private schools.
Yeah, it happens, unfortunately, but it happens. And you, Maria Renata, did you notice something like that?
I don't remember, but I think no. I have ever studied in private schools, but in high school I didn't remember about it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, for me, I remember some examples. I remember of a girl, and she was born in Brazil, but her family was from Japan, and her family was rich. That's the name, rich, because her father has an enterprise, and her mother, I remember, she was like owner of some places for aesthetic things and body and care for hair and skin. So she was rich, and I remember sometimes that the people used to treat her as a queen. Also, she was intelligent, so maybe that was like the both. She's rich, and I remember that while we were like eating fofura and drinking Dolly, she was like eating Doritos and drinking, I don't know, iced coffee, and for us was so, oh my God, that's so far away from our reality. But it wasn't, it just was her life and her point of view of living. So yeah, it's not so different, but it was. And you, Lucas, you could see some difference in your school or college?
No, I don't think so. I was studying in public school, and I think it didn't have many differences between me and my friends and everybody. I think we were in the same level of money, etc. And college, I think no too. I think it was. There's no difference between the people. I lots of difference.
Okay. So guys, now I'm gonna to the 40 questions because our time is running. So talking of courses in college, do you think that there are courses for only the rich and courses only for the poor? What do you think, Tatiana?
I think no. It's difficult to appoint this because a course don't prepare don't wouldn't prepare a grade for differentiation between rich and poor. In my case, I haven't ever heard or saw about this.
Okay, thank you for your answer. And you, Beatriz?
So, I don't know much about this question, so I don't want to speak it a wrong word if you're gonna understand me,
Okay,
because
okay.
I think that's my opinion. There wasn't a course for rich and poor people. They are people, no matter how much money they are. And that's it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And Melanie, do you think so?
Oh, I disagree actually, but because it's not the fact that, oh, they are made for rich or made for poor. It's not like that. They are not designed in that way. Actually, we can almost say that it's designed that way, because if you cannot afford the books, yeah, that they are really expensive, for example, medicine course, law course, and so on, and it's hard to get in there by the test vestibular. I don't know how to say this in English. So you almost need to study in a private school or do a cursinho, a small course. And so, well, it's designed for someone that have some money. Of course, there are many poor students that could get in there, but statistically, this is not true. This is not the norm. Oh my gosh, I don't have vocabulary for this. I'm sorry.
Go on.
But you see, so you have a course that is hard to get in. You need to study a lot. if you work when you were a student, you work, this is almost impossible. And then you couldn't get there, but you don't have financial access to this. You need to, oh my gosh, think about it. Have a job and study medicine. This is not a reality, you see. So yeah, I think that there are courses for rich and poor because society designing that way. And university was for decades and centuries almost designed to rich people, not for us, not for a classe media almost. And then, so yeah, pretty much that.
No, thank you for sharing. It was good. So now the question number 5. Yeah. How did college or school, the courses you took, influence the person that you are now? So for the people who are already graduated in some courses, if that or the teacher that you had, the school that you studied in, if that influenced something in your life. Lucas?
I think it's not influence a lot. I think it just 4 years in college not influence how you are with other people. But I think some people, like, I don't know how can I say they are more arrogant because you go to the college. I think it's not so good, but I think it's not everybody like this. I think people say, "Oh, I went to college, I'm better, much better than you." You don't. So I think it's not a rule, but sometimes some people think like that, and in general, I think it not influence a lot on the people.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And Thais?
Well, I think that have studied in public schools all my life have influenced the way I see the world, because when you live the situation of public schools, you understand something, and now I see how it influences other people. I have a mom that is she's graduated in teaching, so I always had her to help me so I could have good results in the school. But I know some people that don't, so I think have had this experience helped me to understand a lot of the world and about education.
Voila, that was the same thing for me, because my mom, just what I said, my mom, she's teacher, and like having her in my life, I think helped me a lot. She wasn't like, oh, you have to study, you have to like hard work it a lot. No, she wasn't like that, because she knew that we have to, of course, to make a good work, but we also have to be saying we have to be light with us, not to push so much. And like we were at school, we were in a job interview to highly entrepreneur. No, like was just for school. And she knew that study was important, but she knew that, oh, I'm a teacher, so I can help you what I can. But you have to know that some colleagues that you studied with, some friends, sometimes their house is not a appropriate place to study. The parents, they are not like, they don't know some things from school. So it helped me a lot. I'm very, very grateful for the whole thing that I could take. The French course, at the beginning was to take the Spanish courses, but when I arrived there, just have the French course, and then I get it. And that was a good thing, just appeared in my life, and I just take it. It was a good thing. So I'm very grateful for it. And Melanie?
Sorry, I just forgot the question.
Yeah, it's the question number 5. How did college or school, the courses you took, influence your person?
Oh, I see. well, I'm the person. I'm this person because I made that courses, because it influenced the way I think and perceive other people and act in the world. So I cannot say that it didn't influence me, because it did. As Thais said, when you are in a public school, you get in touch with many issues and you perceive the world in under other perspective. Jesus. But I think that my degrees, I didn't finish them. I'm finishing letras, but I did like physics and biology. And each course changed the way I think, the way who I am, basically. And it keeps changing, but not only these courses, but I don't know, it was experience. It's not about conteúdo. I forgot how to say conteúdo. I'm sorry. Content. It's not about the content, but the people that you interact with in university, and pretty much that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was good. It was good. So now let's go to the question number 6. It's a personal question, okay? If you want to answer, you answer. Is there someone in your family who has graduated from college? And if you don't have, you can just skip it and say no. Beatriz?
I don't remember now, but so I think my mother, my grandmother, my brother, and that's it.
That's it. Okay, thank you. And you, Tatiana?
No, because my parents was grow up in a kind of farm, so education in this place was difficult. So, but it's curious because my parents don't have the access to education, but call everything at every time to me to study. So in my case, my parents didn't influence me, but influenced by the example, but influenced by the persistence in the education, and convince me to give persistir. I don't know the name.
Oh my God, I also forget. But we got it.
To follow this thought, to study, because this study can change your life and change your possibilities. And now I believe totally in this situation, because I agree totally that education can change your life, and you live far from your actual reality, maybe.
Okay. That was great. That was really great. And you, Maria Renata, is there someone in your family who is graduated in?
Yes, my father graduated. And the whole family, or only father, mother?
Yeah, you can say some examples for your uncle or grandfather.
My father was very, very poor, but he got entered in a good university. He's a lawyer, but at the moment he's I forgot, aposentado.
Yeah, I'm gonna see here. I think he's retired.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. He's retired at the moment, and all the people in my family they are teachers. So he got I don't know how can I say pedagogia in English.
I think it's teaching. I think so.
Teaching.
Yeah.
Pedagogia, yes. My sister graduated in physical education, and me in languages. But I agree with Tatiana said about the knowledge, how much more knowledge you get. It's important for you, for your development, for your career. And as I working since I was 16 years old, and I am 42 years old, I could get much experience during my career because I like studying since I was a teenager, and I like to do courses for improving my knowledge. And I can say for today I can say it for my son. And he started studying English when I was 12 years old, and I said to him that I think it's the most important thing he can do, because I don't know what he will be in the future, but the languages and English especially, he can get more opportunities in the future if he can speak English.
Yeah, it is. And it's something to, just like you said, for your parents said to you, and now you're passing to your kids. And it's
Yes.
something that we have to share and take for everyone.
Yes.
So yeah, now everyone is here in the main room and the guys from the breakout room. I would like to know how was there. We didn't answer the whole questions, but even though it was a good discussion, we had a good conversation. And I would like to know, Emanuele Correia, how was there?
I was hoping you to not choose me, but we actually didn't finish the questions too. Deixa eu aparecer aqui. We didn't finish the questions too, but we did some great conversation. We talked about public and private schools and how there is a trocar os papéis aí, because in the public school they're in a maioria, the majority is rich people, and in the private the majority it's like medium or poor people. So there's this difference. We talked a lot here in Brazil. In
Out of Brazil.
I forgot where Cesar lives.
Yeah, United States.
No, Colombia. But I'm living in
yeah.
São Paulo. But
Yes, Cesar. So it's different, like the reality in Brazil and Colombia?
Not too much, but about this, about the topic from public schools and private schools, is a little different, because here the majority of the people from public universities are a little like a medium class and rich, a little rich. And there in Colombia is a little different. It's more for poor people, these public schools. Sorry for my cat. He love to be on camera.
Cats being cats. Yeah, but that's it. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
So, guys, I met a new tool here on Zoom called Immersive Scene. And I'd like to test with you guys and see if the thing work. Okay. You're gonna see how it is, and well, okay, yeah, that's the thing. I never saw this in my whole life. I found it very interesting.
I really want
know?
to try with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was great. I don't know what happened, but just can appear people with the camera open. But yeah, so guys, in this classroom, I'd like to thank you for you guys for being here. Tomorrow we're gonna finish this week of discussing about this topic. Was a good thing that we can reflect. We are in a bad moment in the whole world, in Brazil, Colombia, United States, everywhere. But things like that, we can see how we can change that, how we can improve as a person, as a people, and as a society, And it was a good thing to reflect. You guys gonna receive an email with a feedback. Please, from the deep of my heart, answer this feedback. Put my name there. You can rate from 0 to 10 and say if you like it. And also you can give suggestions. And from that suggestions, we bring topics, we bring things to discuss. Okay. So yeah, that's it. I would like to see you in the next week. So for that, if you go out from your house, please wear a mask and wash your hands. Stay away from people. And if you don't go out of your home, stay at your home and practice English and languages with us. Okay, guys. See you in the next week. We have an appointment in the next week, and see you there. Okay. Bye. Have a good